And thank you for joining us for today's webinar, The Chemistry of Resilience. I'm Marianne Murphy, VP here at the Medical Fitness Association. I'd like to take a brief moment to introduce today's presenter. Jennifer Watson is a healer, high-performance coach, and breakthrough speaker on a mission to help leaders heal and accelerate their deeper purpose of impact through shifting their mental, emotional state, optimizing their leadership genius, and accelerating their performance, no matter the environment. As a former D1 track athlete and two-time All-American, Jennifer, founder of Watson Worldwide, overcame years of debilitating depression to become an integrative physical therapist, business leader, two-time TEDx speaker, and now an international speaker and coach. Jennifer's ultimate goal in life is to be known for the healing she gave, the love she showed, and the hope she inspired to all so they can truly live their highest potential life. Now, if you have any questions as we move through today's webinar, go ahead and type them in the question or chat section of your toolbar, and all questions will be answered in the end in the order they were received. Okay, Jennifer, take it away.
Oh, Marianne, thank you so much for that introduction. I don't know if any of you speak a lot at different webinars or different stages, but when someone introduces me like that, Marianne, it just reminds me how much I'm grateful for and just the things I have done. And all of you have done that too. And I have a super love for all healthcare providers and wellness providers, and something that's been my journey. So I am truly honored, Marianne, and all of you that are on today to share this moment with you. I actually truly believe the next hour can be game changing for you. I actually believe in 1 hour, you can use tools and implement these tools and learn them profoundly for your business, for your health, and actually make the biggest success of the year coming into the final quarter. I actually truly believe an hour can do that. So I'm going to encourage all of you as you're here today to just take a deep breath, right? That you're here, that you're present. You turn off notifications. You're not thinking about all the things you have to do with your fitness company a little bit later today or what you did earlier this morning, but just being here. We get so much more out of these type of presentations when you're here. And yes, please feel free to bring your questions in. I want to be here to support you and to really help you take these tools and frameworks we're going through today to another level. And I actually believe all of you can. Yes, I am Jennifer Watson. I am a physical therapist by trade. I have a huge heart for people in the healthcare and wellness industry. I just recently came out with my second TEDx on the chemistry of resilience, and you guys get to get the deeper portion of that TEDx. You get to hear how we can go a little deeper in understanding how our mind and our body, I know you guys can appreciate that because you're all in the wellness industry, how we can use this to not only help support our clients as they're going through their own hurdles and navigations of just difficulty as they're attaining higher levels of health that you're helping them with. But everything I present today, everyone, everything I present today is for you too. Us healthcare providers, us fitness providers, us that have companies that are leading healthcare industries, we have to keep ourselves healthy too. And I truly believe for your clients, for you, for your team, when you learn how to master the chemistry of your brain and body, ultimately for resilience, game over. I truly believe you can create health success for you, for your client, no matter the adversity, no matter the challenges coming their way. And before we go through, you guys, I have 3 different principles I'm going to give you today on really understanding how to master the chemistry of resilience to create health there. But I do want to share a little bit of my resilience story because I believe all of you can probably connect or feel me on some level on this. As Marianne mentioned, I was a 2-time All-American track and field athlete at Wisconsin-Madison. I don't know if we have any Wisconsinites there, but I'm a Badger through and through. And I was successful there. But when I look back at what I thought being resilient was, being tough as an athlete, when I moved that into becoming a business leader and moving it into the healthcare space, fitness instruction space that I even went to later in life, I realized that idea of resilience didn't work. anymore. And what I mean by that is this: back in the day when I was an athlete, I thought resilience meant push down emotions when you were stressed, grit, discipline, do 20 things a day, don't tell everybody how you're feeling and you're tanking behind the scenes, just kind of stay above water. And you guys, it actually worked for me for a while as an athlete. And maybe for some of you, it's worked for you too. Maybe that's your definition of resilience too. Well, I got to the point that I was starting to tank, not only in success, but just feeling mentally and emotionally just awful. And success started getting harder for me. And as I transitioned into becoming a healthcare provider, into my first PT practice, into being a fitness instructor myself and helping other clients, that way of resilience, that traditional way of resilience, did not work for me. Everyone, my health was tanking, my relationships were tanking, my money was tanking. You're going to hear some of that story later in the presentation. But what I want all of you to be aware of today is being awareness that there might be a different way of looking at resilience, one that actually works for you and not against you, one that is healthier, that allows you to feel actually good during difficult times, and one you can share with your clients that they can feel good on their road to health when they meet the hurdles that they do. And get this, everyone, actually accelerate their success, accelerate your success in helping them. And when I had this awareness, you guys, I literally sat, I remember, on my bathroom floor. I'm like, it's got to be easier. There's got to be an easier way to have joy and fun and flow during hard times, because this doesn't feel good and I'm miserable. And I remember just pausing and sitting on that bathroom floor. And I had this thought literally come to me: do something fun. Do something fun. And what you guys are going to see today, this is what catapulted me into more research of understanding how the brain and body actually want to work for you. They want to win this game called life with you. When you go through hurdles, when your clients go through hurdles that they naturally will on their health journey, that it wants to work for you. And what you're going to learn today, what I learned when I figured out I want to have fun, my body wants to have fun and work with me with ease and flow, you actually get more successful in your healthcare field. Your client gets more successful and you feel more vital doing it. So when I made that choice and went down the rabbit hole of research, what I'm presenting to you today, and part of the frameworks I teach a lot of my clients that work with me, is chemistry of resilience. Is this? Everybody write this down. Resilience is not forced ambition, but allowed recognition. Resilience is not forced ambition, but allowed recognition. And today you're going to learn how to navigate stress in a powerful way where your body and brain works for you, not against you, where your clients get to have their health goals and pursue them in a powerful way and have their body work for them and not against them. And why does that matter, everyone? This is why it matters. This is why it matters. You guys, research shows clients' lack of awareness, your lack of awareness, but definitely your clients that are going through probably a multitude of health issues, possibly really complicated health issues. When they have a lack of awareness in management of stress, which is correlated to a higher healthy resilience, they're going to have other additional health issues, which is the last thing we want with our clients, right? Last thing we want for ourselves. Research shows that we don't know how to manage our stress, our emotions, our mental health well. This is what happens, everyone. And this is not a limited list: exhaustion, overwhelm, heart palpitations, insomnia, depression, brain fog, decreased memory, joint pain, systemic pain. How many of you deal with clients that have some of these issues already? Stress just feeds fire to that. Decreased coordination, and yes, muscle weakness. It's kind of like you're trying to increase strength with them and then you take a back pedal because of stress. Inability to manage stress and have healthy resilience is also correlated to headaches, gut issues, sleep issues, hormonal issues, metabolic issues. Metabolism starts slowing down. It's correlated to sickness, decreased immunity. Some of the stuff you guys may have heard of, some not, but know that there's a direct correlation to that. When you guys are in the healthcare field, the fitness field, this matters, and how much progress your client makes during the hurdles, how much progress you make in your fitness industry. And yes, it affects your specific company, your fitness company, and you and your team. In 2023, everybody, in a Harvard Business Review, they showed that lack of management of stress in a healthy way in wellness companies, they found this, everyone, inability to be resilient in a healthy way led to lower stress tolerance among the team, indecisiveness, decreased connection with client and with your team, gossip, arguments, retention was down, increase in alcohol use, addictions, increase, yes, in sick leave, just like with your clients, with decreased immunity. Yes, decrease in your bottom line, your profit, decrease in integrity of actions aligned with your vision and mission. You guys, we all know this, but I really want to put this out there. It's still such a massive problem for health companies. If we're not healthy, we're not going to bring our impact of health to the world in the fitness industry. And we're certainly not going to help our clients do it. So really appreciate where we're coming from on that. And I said this at the beginning, you guys, I said it more, it's a superpower, but I truly believe healthy resilience is the gatekeeper to your desired health outcome. It doesn't matter if it's your health outcome or your clients. Learning how to shift in a healthy way, everyone. A healthy resilience that works for you, that allows the environment that you're helping support people in their health to create success, especially during challenge and change for you and your client. It's time to take that saran wrap off resilience and allow it to work for you in a healthy way. So before we go through, everybody, I'm so excited about this. We have 3 different tools and frameworks I'm going to give you today to start mastering the chemistry of your mind body so it can work for you and your clients to achieve the health goals and ultimately the goals you have for your company in the fitness industry. Okay. Before we do that, I want you all to take out a pen and piece of paper. Hopefully you've already done that, but I want you to do it now if you haven't already. And I really want you, yourself, to look at your relationship to adversity. As we all know, and I said at the beginning, everybody, we have to keep ourselves healthy if we're going to help others stay healthy. It doesn't matter what personal development or health thing we're doing to keep ourselves healthy. So it starts with us understanding our relationship to certain aspects of health, including adversity. And it's going to help you understand your client's current relationship and how you can shift it in the next few slides. Okay. So what is your definition or relationship to adversity? Is it similar to what mine was like? You know, everything is just got to be really hard. You got to be miserable and just barely get, stay above water for yourself and for your clients, and you just deal with it. What is it? Or is it a shift in what I was talking about? That it's really about resilience being allowed recognition, not forced ambition, allowing the body to work for you, allowing you to accelerate success, accelerate your client's health, even if there's hurdles and challenges along the way. Write down what you initially think about your definition is. And hopefully by the end of this presentation, you guys, your perspective may change. Be open to hearing a different perspective today. And by the end, be open with some of the tools I'm going to give you to be in integrity with this new relationship and encouraging, inviting everyone, inviting your clients, your team to do the same. I'm telling you, this is epic, epic stuff. So are all of you ready? Are you ready to hear the top 3 things that you need to master to actually create the chemistry of resilience that works for you and not against you? Can I get an amen? Yes. I don't know if you can do that in the comments, but just write it down, say it out loud. This is our time. It's time to get in an energy to realize we can do this together. Okay. So what are the 3 things? I'm going to skip this slide. What are the 3 things, everyone? Write these down. I know you're going to get this obviously PowerPoint later, but I want you to write them down. When you write things, you're going to actually be in a bigger space of actually being congruent and rewiring your brain to do them. Okay. So how do you master the chemistry of resilience? 1, okay. We're going to go through each of these, everyone. Get used to a calm state versus a survival state. Get used to a calm state versus a survival state. Number 2, you're going to learn how to expand the capacity and capability of you and your client to handle adversity on their way to health goals, on the way to your goals. And finally, number 3, you're going to learn how to step into a powerful decision when the pressure is on. Okay, those three. And before we go through each of them, I really want all of you to get this. Listen up. Research study done by top neurosurgeons and neuroscientists that study the brain. This is a big emphasizing technique I want you guys to think about, idea I want you to think about before we go into this. It'll make you appreciate more what we're talking about. They showed in research when we looked at activities to create health success and success in other areas of our life for ourselves and for the people that we want to help create success in. They found the number one factor was navigating emotions well. Navigating emotions well. And the reason why I'm bringing it up right now, you guys, in these three principles that we're going to go through today, we're going to be showing you and your client how to navigate emotions well. And we're going to be targeting the nervous system on that. We have found in research that when we are having a real or perceived stressful moment and we exude an emotion in our body, it drops chemicals in our body to give the feeling of whatever we're feeling. And it goes through our sensory input of our brain before it goes to the frontal cortex of our brain that gives us the belief and then the decision. We can't have thought without an emotion first. So when we target and move through emotion, that gives us a more positive thought and action that's aligned, in this case, to a healthcare goal. It will help you and your client get through adversity more effectively, have a healthier state of resilience. Today, we are targeting the nervous system that is the regulator, the go-between between what emotions you feel, giving you the belief and the action aligned with it. When we move into that space of getting it healthier and getting the nervous system on board, everything changes for you and your clients. Things get easier to navigate the hurdles that come through your client on their way to health goals. So the first one, everybody got that. I know there was a handful. Many of you are in the healthcare field. Some of you may have known. You can review this later, but I want you to understand that concept, because today with these three principles, we're targeting the nervous system to amplify your resilience in a powerful way, okay? So the first one, number one, everybody, get your pencil out here, okay? Or pen, whatever you like to use. I like pens. I have my favorite pen here, you guys. I doodle with it. I don't know if you have that, but that helps me have more fun with writing, so get that in, okay? So the first one, you guys, first principle, how do you master the chemistry of resilience for you and your client? Number one, get used to a calm state versus a survival state. Research has shown, everybody, when they looked at the average American, okay, in the United States, okay, we spend majority of our day in a survival state mode, a fight or flight or freeze mode versus a calm state. Think about that, everybody. That's big. And especially people that are dealing with healthcare issues, things that they're trying to navigate in their health, that even adds another layer to this, everyone. So that stat is real. We spend majority of our day in survival state. Research has shown, everyone, that when we stay in a survival state, we can't be productive. We can't be high performing. We can't heal, everyone. We can't optimize the things that we desire in health or other areas of our life when we're in a survival state. Our body doesn't function optimally in that state, including when we're trying to navigate our health goals and the hurdles that come with it. So the most effective thing to do is find ways to get our client, our team, our environment, and definitely ourselves to move more in a calm state of being versus a survival state of being. Many of you probably know, seen this little diagram before, the nervous system, okay? We have two polarizing systems of the nervous system. We have the parasympathetic, many of you maybe have heard of that. That is our calm state. And the sympathetic nervous system, which is our survival state, our fight or flight, our freeze state. Again, we want to try to move our client, move ourselves into a calm state where we can have better solutions, bring up higher energy, bring up opportunity to actually boost into immunity and strength and health and vitality during during adversarial times. When we look at this diagram, I want you guys to really appreciate that. There are ways for our body to do that. And we're going to give you a tool in just a second here. But knowing again that your nervous system is taking in all information that we're deeming and that we're feeling is a stressful state. When we use a tool, which I'm going to give you guys in a second, to move into a calmer state, it will fan your client's ability to accelerate their health goals, no matter what hurdles they're having, because they're shifting and learning how to stay in a calm state along with you. Okay. When we're in a calm state, research shows everyone, we make better decisions. We come up with better solutions. We are healthier and have higher energy and vitality. We have opposite of what we showed you in the initial screen of what stress causes, right? You guys, don't you want your clients to be ahead of the 8 ball, right? With all their health goals that they already have enough hurdles they have to navigate. When we get them in a calm state, they're in a healthier state and a higher energy state. And guess what, you guys, guess what? Your clients and you will also be more open to different in a calm state. Different initially for the brain, the body is seen as unsafe. So when you're going to your client, you're trying to give them a new program or give them a new diet or stretch them in a new way, their body and brain subconsciously, honestly, is going to pull away from that because the body and brain sees different and new as something that's not good and unsafe. But when you teach them through the technique I'm going to give you to get in a calm state, they will be more open to receiving changes to their exercise plan, receiving changes to their healthcare plan, because you're showing them how to do this, including showing yourself. Okay. They are more open to difference. So what is the tool, everyone? The Restore tool is this. I would have you practice it first so you can get an idea what this feels like. And remember, this is for you too, everyone. We're leading by example. Okay. This is something you can get your client to do even when you're not working with them. Okay. Because it's going to get them more in a calm state during their day in, day out day. They're going to close their eyes. Take a deep breath. Pause. Listen. They're listening, allowing their inner wisdom, what I often call too the AKA intuition, to come through. You guys, why is this important that you allow your clients' inner wisdom to come through during their healthcare goals? Side note, I have a whole other presentation on optimizing your intuition in health and beyond, because it is science, it is in each of us, and we need to know how to expand that because it's going to guide us to what we need to be successful, whatever we're trying to be successful in, including health. So I'm not going to go totally in how to optimize inner wisdom and intuition, but I want you to understand you can get your client and you on the mat with that and practicing it by just closing the eyes, closing the visual cortex, okay? Taking a deep breath, pause, and allow them to listen. What feels good or joyful for them to do? Not only when you're working with them, have them contribute to what exercise feels good to do today, Jane. What food feels good for you, Jane? Really get them involved in the process. For one, that creates a huge connection to you with them as the trainer, but also it gets them to start trusting their inner wisdom for their healthcare decisions and health goals outside of the time that you see them. You guys see how that works? Also, they can use this technique for other things that they just feel like are really restful and calming for them during the day. One thing I do when I'm in a stressful state, I do this exercise and I'll often come up with like, oh, I want to dance. Oh, I want to move. Oh, I want to go outside and ground myself. Oh, I want to go work out. Oh, I want to eat this food. Things will come up when we start trusting our inner wisdom. And you want to teach your clients to do the same, everybody. That's going to help them, one, shift into the calm state in many aspects of their life, but definitely in health beyond the doors of when you work with them. And it's going to also allow them to start trusting you more because you're trusting them. Do you guys see that? You're giving them a part of the process as they're navigating things that'll come up during their healthcare goals. Okay. And you guys get to practice this too. They feel that energy from you. If you're believing what plan you have for them, if you're believing in yourself, they feel that. You guys, we all have experience in that, don't we? We're getting help from a healthcare provider. We're like, I don't know if they believe their own stuff or they're totally competent. You can just feel that energy. When you guys start doing stuff like this in a calm state and start doing things that are fun, and then you tell them to do that, they're going to believe that. They're going to get on board with you. But teaching them how to do that and trusting their inner wisdom, making them a part of their, fitness goal process is going to help you not only when you're with them, like I said, but when they're making these decisions, trying to be in a calm state outside of working with you during that day. This is powerful, you guys. We all know that what people do outside the time you work with them is really what counts. This is going to help them stay, congruent with what you're teaching them when they're in a calm state. Super powerful, everyone. Okay. When you do this and you teach your client to do this during the day, and you do this during the day, it starts literally rewiring your brain and your body to move into a calm state versus a survival state during challenges and change, for the information I just gave you earlier in the earlier slides. And guess what, everyone? Guess what? Bonus. You actually end up having more energy. Your client ends up having more energy for the things that you're giving to them, as well as the rest of their life. Why? Because your body's not trying to constantly regulate out of fight or flight. That takes a lot of energy, everybody. It takes a lot of energy from your bodies and your body systems. When you teach your client and yourself to stay in a calm state more times of the day, you're going to have more energy. You're going to feel better, you guys, after all the training you do and the team stuff you do and the business you do in fitness industries. You'll have more energy by the end of the day, and your clients certainly will. They're going to thank you for it. They're not only going to have more acceleration in their healthcare goals, their fitness goals because of this technique, but they're going to have more energy, and they're certainly going to have more peace in a calmer state instead of fight or flight. This is huge, everyone. I love stats, everyone, if you can kind of tell that. You have 100,000 miles of blood vessels in your brain, part of your nervous system. You have 100 billion neuronal connections. You don't think that this can shift with something this simple? 100% can. It's waiting for you to shift it. And it's willing to be adaptable. Otherwise, it's going to be lazy and go back to its fight or flight or freeze. Teaching your client to do this is going to be highly helpful in getting your healthcare goals for them, as well as for you, my friend. Okay. Everybody take a deep breath in. It's a lot of information. Write your stuff down. I'm going to answer questions at the end. You're doing great. We're changing the chemistry of your brain. Just let you guys know. We're changing it too as you're going through these tools with me together. All right, number 2, everybody, expand your capability and capacity to handle adversity. Many of you understand this from a fitness level, from a physical standpoint, right? We're growing, muscle mass, we're growing cardiovascular strength and blood flow, right? We're improving lymphatic flow with often exercise and diet, and the things that you guys are giving your clients to help as they're navigating their health and fitness goals, just like you are, okay? You guys get this, like, yeah, Jennifer, I get it. Like, we have to push the envelope, expand their capacity to handle some things in their healthcare goals. We get that, we get that. What I'm going to talk to you about right now with this particular principle is, again, specific to the nervous system, everybody, because no matter how much physical stuff you do with your client or with yourself, if you guys are struggling to really handle adversity during your healthcare goals or other goals, if you don't know how to tap in and expand the capacity of your nervous system, you will go back to your old behaviors, and so will your client. Okay, it's patterned. It goes through, again, the nervous system. It is the ultimate influencer for all body systems, because your feelings and what you're perceiving about something hard, especially in health and wellness, goes through that nervous system and the sensory cortex before your belief and action happen. We have to learn to expand it so it can handle more adversities that are going to come for your clients. I know all of you probably handle, some simple clients and some that have a lot of healthcare issues. Maybe you have a lot of healthcare issues. Maybe you have other things going on in your personal life, and you don't want to bring them to the table when you're trying to show up for your client. This is going to help you with that by expanding the capability and capacity of your nervous system. I want you guys to understand this. Your nervous system is the ultimate influencer of your mind and body, to actually expand, to be able to handle more and more things that come at it and stay in its lane and keep right on track, trucking toward healthcare goals. and toward other goals you desire in your life and toward other things your clients desire. But it has a natural expansion and contraction to its state. Did you know that? When you give your mind or body controlled challenges, like small controlled challenges in different areas of hard, mental or physical, or in different environments, it allows the capacity of the nervous system to expand a little bit more. So it starts growing. So you can handle more challenges. You can handle more healthcare challenges that your clients may be dealing with. And when it has a higher capacity, it will get back into its lane and keep right on trucking with the healthcare goals and the plans that you have for all the people that you're working with. Is that not cool? Your nervous system, just like your muscles that grow when you guys give them strength programs for your clients, your nervous system wants to grow with it so it can handle challenges that naturally come with the fitness goal, with the health goals that you and or your client have. But we want to do micro doses of changing either mind, body, doing a challenge there or in a different environment. And when you do that and specifically engage the nervous system, game over. I don't know about the rest of you. I'm a healthcare provider, so I'd always have to look at, as a physical therapist, what was the big domino into why someone wasn't doing well. That's the thing you want to go after. The nervous system is the number one, everyone. I don't care how much food changes, exercise plans, stress management, breathwork techniques you give your client or yourself. If you don't know how to do this part I'm talking to you guys about today, this is gold. That person will go back to old patterns of health. And it's going to make it really hard for them to meet their goals. It's going to be really hard for you to meet your goals in health and in your business, in your healthcare business. So this is a huge, huge slide. Remember this, you guys. Again, I just mentioned this, but research shows that when we practice these micro doses of challenge in our mind and body in different areas of hard and in different environments, we can handle more challenges in health. Even your client that has a little bit more of a multitude of health issues, we can handle the unexpected. So can your client. We can handle multiple challenges in multiple areas of our life. Everyone, we increase our capacity and capability. How many of you had at times, and maybe your clients have had, not just physical health goals, maybe things going on at home, maybe financial issues or relationship issues. This is going to help you expand that capacity. So when you have a lot going on, get back in your lane, making powerful decisions to actually get the things you desire, specifically in health and beyond. This is good, you guys. So what is the expansion tool, everybody? You're going to see a common theme here. Just like with the first technique, we were keeping you in a calm state versus a survival state. The expansion tool is this. You're going to close your eyes again. Shut off that visual cortex. We're going to take a deep breath and exhale, pause, listen. You're going to teach yourself and your client, allow that inner wisdom to come through. It is in all of us. There is science that proves this, everyone. Like I said, this is not what the presentation is about today. DM me if you have questions on that, but it's important that you get your client connected to that and you connected to that. What feels good to challenge yourself in, everyone? What feels good? I give an example here. I used to do, when I was an athlete, cold baths, right? Ice baths. That's a big popular thing right now. We all know the physical health benefits of that, but it's also great for the nervous system. Maybe something else you could challenge yourself in is a different direction home from work. Maybe you could challenge yourself in, I'm going to try a different environment of people to be around and communicate in a new way. Because you see what I'm saying? You can challenge yourself in micro to more major doses, depending on the client and what they can tolerate. Remember, we don't want to stretch too far, or where you tolerate. But that's where your inner wisdom comes in. What feels good to actually challenge yourself in mentally or emotionally? Doing this every day, get on the mat. You guys, I literally do something hard every day. It could be something 5 minutes I do, or it could be something like really physical that a lot of you guys work with clients on, where I do an hour of something. But when you are willing to do something mentally or physically hard, even something micro dosing every day, and actually pause, shut off that visual cortex and listen to inner wisdom and connect with that, the nervous system, remember, is connected to that inner wisdom. It's connected to the emotions that come your way when challenges come up, and it wants something to calm it down. Okay. So teach yourself to do this first, then teach your clients to practice this. Get them again connected to trusting themselves and their inner wisdom. Get them connected to being on board with the healthcare plan, the fitness plan that you have for them. This is hugely relationship building for all of you. And you have the benefits of them staying in their lane, still accelerating their success during challenges that come up for them and that come up with you. Expanding the capability and capacity, everybody. Again, when you do this, guess what? Those 100,000 miles of blood vessels and the billion neuronal connections start realizing that you can win during challenges when you get on the mat enough. I actually lean into adversity now. I'm like, where can I learn? How can I grow? Because I realize I can actually win during this time. That we're now changing and wiring our nervous system to activate our whole body system to be at higher levels when there is adversity. It allows us to create better decisions and solutions and communicate better with each other, client to leader, and with your systems and your body to communicate more effectively. You guys, you're going to become more highly productive, highly performing for you and your client, no matter the adversity. And like I mentioned, you're going to have that deep connection with your client because you're both on board with this. You're allowing them, inviting them in to trusting themselves and combining that with what you're giving them, hugely connecting with you and your team. Everyone, I give a lot of sports examples because that's where I come from. And being a physical therapist, I used to treat a lot of high-level athletes, and we are in the Olympics, right? And we all love the Olympic stories, right? We don't just like to watch the artistry, the mastery of the craft of them creating the sport in front of us, right? But hearing the backstory of how they went through adversity and actually came out on top, right? And made it to the Olympics. And the reason why I mentioned that, I do want to mention a story, you guys, where I really have tested my capacity and capability. And it even started when I was a young kid. I just didn't know what I was creating at the time. One of my favorite races, even though I did a lot of single races as a track and field athlete, I loved relays. I loved doing team things where we could each individually come together and create a great race. And for any of you that watch track and field, the 4x400 meter is a race that usually ends the track and field meet and often can come down to that last race to who wins the entire meet, the meet to track meet. In that day, I remember specifically the example I'm thinking of, it was our conference meet. And it was coming down to the last race for us and another team to win. And the 4x400, we were looking really amazing. We looked like we were going to shatter the record and actually kill everybody in the race. But I have an identical twin, everybody. And she actually was on the 4x4, but it came and had an injury earlier that day. So we lost our first leg of the relay. Even though I was anchoring, we lost her. So we had to have a fill in. So we went from on paper looking like we were going to actually do something really profound to looking like we were going to barely hold on to second. You guys, I literally remember when I pulled my team aside, each of them individually and collectively, and I said, you guys, we've trained for this. We've increased our capacity and capability to handle situations like this out of the blue. I need you to each individually have the race of your life. And when you get me close enough, and I have that anchor baton leg, I will find a way to have the race of my life and overtake her. You guys, to watch each of them individually go around the track and have the race of their life, I get still chills from that. I remember turning back and reaching for that baton. We were still 30 to 40 meters behind, but I knew I had no choice but to actually have the race of my life. When I took that baton, I started going around the track and I had increased my capacity and capability. We were on paper looking like a big hurdle, but I knew I had no choice and I had trained for this. And what I realized, everyone, when I came together with my team that had increased their capability and capacity, we not only had a come from behind win, yes, we did, but guess what happened to the audience? The waves. Watson's going to do it. We gave people energy and hope to do the same. Understand that increasing your capacity and capability is not just for you, not just for your clients to be resilient and actually accelerate success during hard times, but you guys, you have no idea how much that's influencing other people in the gym, and they watch that. Or other people out in the community. You guys, this gives me chills when I say it because it's true. Understand that increasing your capacity for your goals and healthcare goals of your client are not just for them. It's for the world and your community to see that they can 100% do the same. And it starts with you staying in a calm state. It starts with you expanding your capacity to know what to do when things don't look so great on paper. Your body and brain want to win with you. And when you do this type of stuff, you also are going to have come from behind wins. You guys, we are in our final stretch, okay? And I want you to really take a deep breath on what we've learned. I hope you get some of these simple tools. And I'm telling you, when you do them every day, you start rewiring things for you and your client. We're down the home stretch, everyone. Yes, a track phrase. Down the home stretch. This is where the excitement is. Make a powerful decision when the pressure is on. Make a powerful decision when the pressure is on. I know many of you may come to me like, Jennifer, these techniques sound great, but some of our clients are dealing with a lot of stuff, not just really complicated health stuff, but a lot of other personal things going on. Maybe you are dealing with that too. And I hear you on that. And this slide or the upcoming slides are for you, because I truly believe that you can still create success when you have a lot coming at you from all sides in multiple areas of feeling underwater. And I believe that for you and your client. Don't worry so much about this screen, you guys. We talked about how majority of your clients and you spend our time in fight or flight. When we have a lot of things going on, we get ourselves in a cycle. That's what the screen shows to the right here. Where we're in fight or flight, we can't get out of the cycle. We need something to kind of short circuit the brain to get into a calm state, because we're just in this heightened adversarial state. And it reminds me again of like a cortisone shot to a knee. We need to kind of move it out powerfully out of this cycle. And there's ways of doing that powerfully. And research shows when we do this thing, you guys, under heightened stress, okay, you can actually reset into a calm state. This is huge, everybody. Take a picture of this screen. When you're in a heightened adversarial state and you have so many things going on, or your client has so many things going on, your body, your nervous system can't stay in fight or flight all day. It takes too much energy. And it's going to show up in you or your client as a yawn, a stretch, or a sigh. And it's during those few seconds that the body resets and goes into a calm state, and it can make a powerful decision. Did you guys know that? Many of us think that we can't make good decisions or have success during heightened adversarial times. This is how you do it, you guys. It starts with this. And there's ways of activating the stretch, yawn, sigh, and I'm going to show you this tool here, okay? I want you guys to think about this. This is great. You can actually purposely put in a yawn, stretch, or sigh. When you're feeling heightened adversity, you can teach yourself and your clients to stretch. I sometimes do all three at the same time: yawn, or sigh. And for that moment, for a few seconds, you want to pause and listen. Listen for the decision you need to make at that moment, maybe in a healthcare goal with your client that you need to help them through. You guys, often this decision will be counterintuitive to what usually you would do with your client, because their client is in an adversarial state. Maybe you're in a heightened adversarial state. This is a huge technique, you guys. When you yawn, stretch, or sigh, you pause and listen. You see a theme here. But what you're going to do is respond immediately with the decision that comes up that feels aligned for you and your client. And again, it may seem counterintuitive. I want to give you an example, you guys, here, and I'll give you this because I know we're running a little short on time and I want to have enough time for questions. But I remember when I opened my first physical therapy practice in 2008, and everybody was telling me during the crash of 2008, don't do it. You're going to close, you're going to falter, all this stuff. And I remember, on paper, again, it looked like that I wasn't going to make it. And I had all this heightened adversity personally and some other things in my life, and then trying to start a business and just feeling the pressure. And I remember yawning, stretching, and sighing. You guys, I started researching this stuff. This is how I came up with the frameworks. And I paused and immediately sat with, what decision do I need to make? And even though I had fear, I knew intuitively from that pause and that reset in the calm state, I could make a more powerful decision. And my decision was step in, start this practice in the 2008 crash. Well, guess what happened, you guys? 6 months later, it opened May 2008. 6 months later, I made six figures. I expanded my team. The clients that were coming to me, I taught them this technique, and they started getting better health and accelerated health in their health goals and their fitness goals. You guys, I'm telling you, when you work with your body and you do things like this, and you're in a heightened adversarial state, and be willing to listen to it in these micro moments of a calm state to give you an answer, it can be game changing for the things you desire, your client desires, in their health and beyond. Because your body is so very brilliant. It's a cheerleader for you and it wants to show you how to do it. It often will give you a counterintuitive decision at first because it wants to get you out of the mess. Try this technique, you guys. You will be surprised how much that helps. And when you do this, you're going to see more prosperity. I'm going to go into the last screen here just for lack of time, or for our time. Stay cognizant with the time. So you guys, thinking about healthy resilience and what it requires from each of you is get used to a calm state, learning tools. These are ones that I just gave you to help you move from a survival to calm, getting your clients to do that, learning how to teach yourself and your clients to expand the capacity and capability to handle adversity during the natural challenges that will come during your health journey and other things in your life. And finally, learning to make a powerful decision, often counterintuitive first, when the pressure's on. And there's ways of tapping into that calmer state to make that happen. When you guys combine these tools and do that every day and teach your clients to, I'm telling you, the amount of acceleration of success and health goals and beyond, and actually feeling vital and feeling fully you day in, day out will absolutely happen. So today, you guys, I just, I'm ready for questions here in just another minute, but I want to give you an idea of how to do this a little bit further, even beyond these 3 frameworks we gave you. I have here a free gift for you. It's a 3-part breathwork series that's very powerful. It's less than 10 minutes, 3 separate videos that are a combination of 10 minutes to help you get into a more powerful state, decrease anxiety, decrease that panic, and pull you into that calm state for you and your team and your clients. So if you want to download, you can either take a picture of that QR or look at the link above, but we'd be more than happy to help you through that. And also on that QR, you guys, you'll notice a survey. It just helps me help others, giving feedback on this presentation, how it could be better, how I can powerfully move through for other people, because I work with a lot of wellness providers and I want to provide a lot of great opportunities for all of you. So I would appreciate that too. It's like a 30-second survey. And with that, you get that free gift of the 3-part breathwork series that I'm so super excited for you guys to have. Obviously my ways to contact me, that is my email directly. So feel free to connect with me there as well. So there you go. Thank you so much, Marianne.
Awesome. Thank you. This was great.
Yes.
So as we're waiting for questions, and everybody, you can put questions in the chat section, in the Q&A section, either or, both work. I want to thank you so much, Jennifer, for sharing your knowledge with us today. And all attendees will receive an email with a webinar evaluation for today's webinar, and it includes a spot to indicate which CEC you would like to receive. And even if you don't need a CEC certificate, I hope you will complete the evaluation. Your feedback helps us in planning educational webinars, and it helps our speakers with their presentation skills. Getting thank yous. Kathy says, great presentation. Love the positive energy. We all need more of that in our lives. John says, thank you. Michael just says, amen. But again, Jennifer's here if you have any questions. Dominic says, thank you. This was a great perspective. To let you know, our next webinar will be on Thursday, August 15th, and it's entitled The Importance of Advocacy in Medical Fitness with Michael Stack, who is the founder and CEO of Applied Fitness Solutions. Now, I have seen this presentation in the past, and I highly recommend it. It's a good one, especially if you want to get into advocacy, but you're not sure what would be the most effective way or even how to get started. And also just to let you know, for those of you in the Midwest, we are holding a medical fitness symposium on August 8th. This one-day event will be held at the Michigan Athletic Club in East Lansing. Now, there's still time to register, so check out medicalfitness.org for more information. So more thank yous are coming through. I'm not seeing any questions, but
you guys literally use me right now. If they don't have any questions, I do want to give you guys another technique because I'm just feeling giving today. But you guys ask the questions, download the QR code, get more tools. We need you, healthcare providers, fitness providers, staying healthy yourself and resilience. I'm teaching your clients to do the same. I kid you not. I truly believe this is the gatekeeper for helping health goals and accelerating your life and success in other areas. I'm actually taking my TEDx on tour, everyone. So feel free. I think, Marianne, you have the link for my TEDx talk, but I'm taking a tour this coming fall, because that's how important this message is, everyone. And I'm going to be in different states. So if you guys are interested in that, but if there's more personal questions that come up, don't hesitate to email me or DM me at my LinkedIn. Download like the breath work, but I want to make sure I'm here to support you guys. You guys, we're the healthcare field. I'm gonna be honest with you. We think sometimes we know everything in health and wellness, mind, body, because we're in the healthcare field. Sometimes we do and we don't apply, or sometimes we hear something in a different way. And when we apply it, it changes everything for us and our clients. So don't hesitate to reach out if you have questions that are more personal that you want to connect with. You want to talk to me a little bit more, download the free like I said, breathwork series. And if there isn't questions, Marianne, and people are still on everything, I can show you another way to get in a calm state and activation technique that takes less than a minute.
Yeah, go right ahead.
All right, perfect, you guys. Are you in? Give me an amen in the comments, because we as presenters love to know that you're still here. So this technique is really, really powerful. Some of you may have already heard of this, but this is called the vagus nerve activation technique. So for many of you that may know, the vagus nerve is one of your biggest of the 12 cranial nerves that live in the brainstem. And the vagus nerve is also associated to activating your parasympathetic state, your calm state, where rest, calm, digestion, resting heart rate lives. So this is a technique that will help you move into that space. So if you're feeling the stress, or you're sensing your client is feeling it, you can actually teach this to them, you guys. This is actually epic stuff. So what you're going to do, I'm going to show it standing, but you want to do this lying down for you and your client. So I'm going to show you standing, but if you're on the floor, you can have a pillow underneath your head. But what you're going to do is put your hands behind your head and kind of cradle your head. So you're like lying down, you're hanging out, and you're not allowing your head to move left or right. But what you're going to do is you're going to slowly turn your head, or not your head, your eyes to the right, and you're going to wait for yourself to naturally want to sigh, take a deep breath, or yawn. You guys are going off the last principle, okay? And when you do, you're going to then turn your head back, or your eyes back to center. If that doesn't happen for you, you just hold it for 30 seconds. Then you're going to turn your head to the left, do the same thing, wait for a sigh or a stretch or a yawn, then return, or do it for 30 seconds. So it looks like this lying down, you guys. Watch my eyes. I'm gonna get a little closer. Now, for me, that takes less than 15 seconds because I do this all the time. For some of you, it may take longer. What you'll notice also, everyone that's in the fitness industry, if you have neck pain, it also realigns your C1, C2. If it's coming from impingement there, so you get more range of motion. I had neck pain a little bit this morning, and I did this technique, and it helped a lot. And also resets the vagus nerve, because your vagus nerve is also attached and connected to eye movement. Okay, you guys, easy technique. It took a little longer because I was demonstrating it, but it literally will take you like less than a minute to do. So that's the vagus nerve activation technique.
Oh my gosh, I'm going to lay down and try this right after.
You guys, I have so many tools. Like I said, you guys, this presentation today, I will say that, and I know all of you can appreciate this, because none of you probably like when clients of yours download exercise programs or diet, like they need to work one-on-one with you to create the greatest traction. These 3 principles today will create traction for you and your client. But if you're wanting to go deeper and see more of an acceleration, this is why I coach and mentor wellness providers, because you guys, I have a heart for you, and we want to keep you healthy so you can keep your clients healthy. So feel free to connect with me if you're looking for some support in that as well, because this just creates the traction, but there's a lot bigger spaces to go to create a little bit more transformation.
Well, thank you again so much for joining us today. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. And certainly thank you so much, Jennifer, for sharing your time with us today.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you. Mwah, you guys.
I'm just going to